I'm Ato Bolden, host of Inside Athletics, brought to you by the IAAF. Our guest this week is from Jamaica. He's the Olympic 110 hurdle champion, Omar McLeod. Welcome to the program, Omar. Good to have you on. What a phenomenal 2016 you had. It struck me that before Hansel Parchment in 2012, Jamaica had no medals in the Olympic Games 110 hurdles. And now you guys have bronze 4 years ago and your gold. Why have the Jamaicans suddenly gotten so much better at the hurdles?
I think it's the. Thank you for having me again. I think it's the growth that we've had over the years. We don't have the depth as USA in terms of hurdling. The technical events when it comes to sprinting, obviously we're the powerhouse. We have that down, but I think we have grown as a country over the past 5 years or 10 years in terms of the technical events, and we're evolving as a country with that. And a lot of athletes are now, taking on the events and with confidence, and us setting the pace for that. I think it's a good thing, and I'm really excited, moving forward, because we have young athletes like Tyler Mason and a lot of them coming up. So I'm really excited for the next 4 years.
Now you belong to a very small group, a group of one, sub 10 in the 100. Sub 13 in the 110 highs, and then you're also sub 50 in the 400 meter hurdles.
Yes.
Talk about your 100 meter sprinting. We see sometimes in the women's event that when those young ladies get too fast, it can trip them up in the 100 hurdles.
Yes.
When you ran that 9.9, did you feel like, okay, this is going to make me a better hurdler?
Obviously, it helped. The speed helped a lot. I use it to my advantage with the hurdles, but the thing is, I could not let it get the best of me, because it's hurdles. I'm going over barriers. I'm going over 42-inch barriers. So a lot of times, I honestly don't think I have run my best hurdles to date for this year because of my speed. I really had to adjust. Instead of running freely, I have to be thinking about my speed a lot of times. And coach, every time we in practice, we have to work on that. My breakdowns, actually put my blocks back 2 steps, because I'm powerful and I get all the blocks real hard, and so it's something that I really have to be tentative of every time I run. I cannot run freely, or else I'll run into the hurdles.
Now you had a great career, both at Manchester and at KC.
Yes.
All my family went to KC, by the way. So,
Fortis.
Yes, Fortis. But then you did something that probably is not typical of young Jamaican high school superstars. You accepted a scholarship to go to the United States.
Yeah.
With so many young Jamaican stars who do well, and you had a phenomenal career in Jamaica, what made you decide, no, I will go sort of a typical route and continue my education in the United States? Yeah,
that's a very good question. Growing up in Jamaica, the goal is to run fast at the championships and stay home. I think the Jamaican system has a stereotype on the American system where they say you go into the D1, you get burned out. The original goal was for me to go to college before I even ran fast. The college was the dream, or my family's dream. My dream was to go to the NCAA, grow as an athlete, get the degree. Because, when in Jamaica, you have to get your schoolwork done.
Of course.
You literally have to get your schoolwork. Any Caribbean athlete, you have to get the schoolwork done. So that was the plan before start running fast, run that 49, everything changes. I actually was presented the opportunity to go professional, and I just didn't think I was ready. I probably wasn't ready mentally, but I wasn't ready physically. I didn't think I was seasoned to continuously run 49s and, match up to the pro athletes, because these guys are seasoned to repetitively run fast times, where you just, in high school, you just peak for that one championships, and that adrenaline, you've been there before. When you're in that crowd, you have to run fast. You have no choice but to run fast, So I think when my aunt who passed away, she was one of the very few who instilled in me the importance of going to college and going into NCAA and making yourself more marketable. She told me, the coaches in Arkansas, they came down and they were genuine enough to say, if you come into the NCAA system, you're going to be marketable. We can get you right in 2 years. Getting a shot at your degree and all that stuff. And I was like, I was really in a dark place. I was in a tight spot where, I was like, should I risk leaving family or just go after your dreams? And I ended up doing the last SAT, paying the late fee and doing the last SAT. Because, I was almost about to sign to go pro. Ended up doing the last SAT, and I was like, I just trusted my instinct. I just trusted what I wanted first. and I just left it all and I just came here. And the coaches did exactly what they promised to say, I can get you right in 2 years. And my sophomore year, I went professional.
Wow.
So,
That's a great story. Proof that sometimes you just have to believe in yourself.
you just have to believe in yourself. Just take that leap of faith and just believe in yourself.
Now, a lot of hurdlers tend to be very technically aware. They have to be.
Definitely.
Are you a student of the sport as well, though?
I am a tentative student of the sport, I must say that. I'm growing a lot. This was just my third year doing the 42 inches. I'm still technically a baby, just coming out of college. This is my first year being a professional athlete, first year. Right. So I have a lot of growing to do technically and to develop into my body. So when I won this Olympic gold, it honestly wasn't, and it felt like I didn't win because I'm still hungry. Wow. You know what I mean? It was a great accomplishment, but it was just like no time for complacency. I'm still growing as an athlete. I just use this as a motivation because I get the question a lot when I'm in training. They were like, you're an Olympic gold medalist. Why are you training so hard still? And it kind of makes it harder because
of course
you're a target now, and people don't understand that you have to live up to that. People are training for you, that's right. So you have to train as hard. So it was like I felt like I still haven't reached my full potential as yet. So I'm still working. I'm still hungry.
Talk about your days growing up in Jamaica. What sort of household did you grow up in?
Yes, I grew up in a middle class. My mom was a principal. My mom taught me for pretty much all my life. She's been teaching ever since I was a kid, a baby. So she had me when she was 19. She's been teaching since she was 19. Wow. Grew up in the school, grew up in church, sing a lot, lead choirs, and that's my thing, my getaway thing to just go and sing. But it was a great. I was living in a middle class family. My stepdad, my two brothers, they supported me all the way. Sacrificed for my career, so I'm happy that they have a big brother to look up to, and I'm really happy for that sort of background because it kind of gave me a push. I didn't have everything I wanted, but I had everything that I needed. Right. So I'm really grateful for that.
You talked about the fact that you are still hungry, but in essence, you have achieved now the ultimate for any track and field athlete is to win the Olympic gold. Yes. You're back in training, and you said you're training very hard. What are you finding now is your motivation in training? Because for some athletes, once they've won that ultimate, even Usain talked about this, once you've won the ultimate, what then is your motivation?
Honestly, I think my motivation is switching events and proving that I'm more than beyond hurdles. I just think I'm capable of so much more than hurdles.
Switching events to the 100 flat? Or to
the
the 400 hurdles?
Well, actually, fun fact, my favorite event is 200.
Really? Yes. All right, now you're talking. Now you're on my side of the fence. Now, so the 200 is your favorite event?
200 is my favorite.
I don't even see a 200-meter PR for you here.
When I came to college, I ran a 21:02 indoors. That was the only time I've ran a 200. So
that's not bad, but it's not going to win. Well, not that we run it anymore indoors, but. So your favorite event is the 200 meters?
Yes.
Not necessarily indoors, just period.
Just period. That's my favorite event.
So we're gonna see you running the 200.
Potentially, you'll see me run it in the future.
Any chance we're gonna see you step up and make some forays into the 400-meter hurdles as well?
Definitely. Last year, coach told me I was in the form because I still do a quarter-mile workout. That's my background, quarter-mile workout. So, coach told me that I was in the form to run 48 in the 4 hurdles. When your coach tells you something.
Hey, 48 will win you the Olympic title now.
Yes, when your coach tells you something, then literally, when my coach say this, I will do it, and I always do it. So, that's the trust you have in your coach. Yeah. So if he says it, then why not give it a try, to be honest.
So you mentioned that you grew up singing and in church and so on. So what, is that something that occupies your time now? What do you, when you're not training or you're on the road competing, what are the things that occupy your time?
I have 2 dogs, Toby and Cookie. Play with my dogs a lot, and I find a studio. Toby's a border collie, smart, real smart, super smart, and then Cookie's a little annoying, Shih Tzu. Yeah. So, and then I'll be in a studio singing.
So when you say you're in a studio, okay, so you're obviously recording something. Is that in your future where you feel like it's gospel? What do you sing in these days?
Yeah, I love all type of music, but I like gospel because I have that high note where I can melt. Don't put me out there, please.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's also my getaway. Just singing is just like my happy place. No track and field, just that. Play a lot of video games and stuff like that.
So let's talk a little bit about your 110-meter exploits. Well, I'm just fascinated to know that you're interested in the 200. But let's go back to the hurdles. I watched 4 years ago as the record got broken all the way down to 1280 by Aries Merritt. When you allow yourself to dream, what is your personal best on the day you retire?
In the hurdles, my personal best when I retire would definitely be around 12.6, 12.7, low, 12.6. As I said, I'm a tentative learner to the sport. I'm still growing. And now I'm down to 7-step. We've been working on that in practice from the 8-step. So I think that's a huge advantage because last year I think I was the only hurdler ever in a field to 8-step. Everybody else was 7-step. So I definitely think taking one less step obviously is an advantage. So now I'm forced to push out the blocks because I'm taking off my weak leg. So now we're strengthening the weak leg. I'm now doing a lot of drills with the 7-step. So next year I'll be 7-stepping, which I'm super excited about.
Who's the hurdler that you looked up to when you were coming up?
Lu Zhang.
Really?
Lu Zhang. Lu Zhang and what's his name? This short hurdler.
Another guy who couldn't kill you with speed, but technically was just so awesome. Robles.
And then, what's his name? Wow, my all-time favorite. Alan Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. His technique was
Absolutely.
tremendous.
Yes.
Tremendous.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Alan Johnson, okay. Yes. Well, that's good to know. Well, listen, congratulations to you on a phenomenal 2016. I am, of course, very encouraged because now I know that you're a 200-meter guy in training. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yes.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you so
for the
much.
rest of your career.
Thank you so much.